What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we have to talk about more gizmos coming to Battle Royale later this season. Now, if you're someone who's new around here and you don't know what a gizmo is, I'm going to go ahead and explain that anyway so that you can stay up to date with absolutely everything that we're talking about so you're not, like, confused by any of the terms or anything. So firstly, what is a gizmo? Well, this is something you've probably already used in Battle Royale because if you remember last season, we occasionally got golden firework launchers. This was an item that you would be able to shoot in the sky during the pre-game lobby, and it would shoot your name as fireworks for everyone to see if they looked upwards. The more people in your lobby who shot their name at the exact same time or exact same time period would cause more special effects to play, such as llamas appearing in the sky and other stuff like that, and it was just kind of, you know, a unique flair for people to have in their matches, just to kind of have more fun. And they definitely did this during certain events such as Community Day, which was one of the gizmos we've had before. However, a more prominent gizmo that you've 100% seen or used this season, because you literally get it from Daily Quest, is this right here, portable extractors. This system where you switch from your pickaxe to a gizmo is actually the thing we're kind of talking about here, because we have even more planned other than just portable extractors, which appear to be coming to this season later on based on the official documents from Epic Games, you know, the official news articles, and even what we've seen in the files. So that is what a gizmo is. So now let's talk about what upcoming gizmos are coming later this season. Firstly, we have to go ahead and tell you guys about the Lucky Locator coming later this season. This one is one of the ones, and same with the other one, that they went ahead and mentioned in their official documentation, and the actual Lucky Locator is going to be a gizmo that once used will track down a buried chest that's guaranteed to have a sprite not currently in your collection in it. So let's say you're towards the end of the season, you have like 5 Lucky Locators on you, and you go ahead and use one of those. Well, if you use one, congratulations, you might be able to find yourself something like a 0-point sprite if that's one of the gizmos you've never actually collected, because it's something that will guarantee, you know, a special unique per person sprite from the actual chest itself, while also working like the previous treasure map thing has actually worked. You know, the whole entire treasure map where you would go ahead and open it up and it would take you to a location of a buried treasure. That is basically the system. However, the loot pool is uniquely modified to be whatever it is that you're missing. And I think that's one of the cool things about this gizmo, because it means that for everyone out there going crazy about the sprite hunt, seeing people trying to sell sprites on eBay, maybe like Craigslist or something, you have an alternative way of getting those sprites. And I mean, it definitely makes sense for them to go ahead and do something like this, because if we look at how certain sprites have been, they've gone ahead and intentionally made some sprites insanely hard to obtain. Like, for example, if you want to go ahead and get yourself, what is it, the Grim sprite, I think it is the new one that came out, that's like similar to the Aura sprite, but not the same, and I haven't got a single one of those, even though I have like all the 0-point sprites. That is something that you have to go ahead and play over and over and over again, and you know, it's apparently 100 times more common than the 0-point sprite itself is. However, once this gizmo comes out, depending on how many you have of these, you can go into a match, whether a bot lobby or a real lobby. However, most likely you'll have to do a bot lobby just to, you know, guarantee yourself to actually get the item, because sometimes in bot lobbies they kind of replace the loot pools. It's a weird thing they've been doing this season, but you can guarantee yourself to get something like that Grim sprite if it's one of the only ones you're not having right now. Now, I definitely think this is going to come a little bit later in the season once all the different sprite variants have fully released, and the reason I say that is because, as we've already seen with the rare sprite chest gizmo thing, or not even gizmo, but what is it, Rift Encounter that activated this season, there was a small time where people are actually getting sprites that weren't normally enabled. So most likely this gizmo is going to be for one of those like last update things, you know, the final purge before the new season starts, and they give us new sprites to go ahead and actually collect. So expect that gizmo to come very, very soon. On top of that, we have the extraction site booster gizmo also coming later this season. This one is going to work in the following way. You call in a special extraction crate that will boost any sprite extracted at the site. This will also get other players' attentions. So it's a gizmo that has a buff and a downside. So when it means it will boost any extraction at that site, it means that whenever you go ahead and put a sprite in the extraction crate that drops, it will give you more dust, right? You will be able to get more materials, more sprite dust and everything else from that extraction. However, unlike the normal extraction sprites that, you know, already have a kind of obnoxious ping, this one's going to be even more in your face obnoxious, trying to tell you, hey, you gotta get this done before everyone else comes over to this crate, because it's still going to have the cooldown before it fully lands and opens up and everything else. But I definitely think, you know, even though I can't see myself really using the extraction site booster because we already have portable extractors and we have the rift encounter that makes it so actual normal extraction sites have like the Delulu bubble on it, I can 110% see myself using the Lucky Locator gizmo just to go ahead and guarantee myself sprites that I don't already have. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about these new gizmos coming to the island very soon? Are you excited to use them? Are you someone who just doesn't really care about the sprite grind or anything? Or are you worried about how this sprite grind is going to continue into the next season, whether that's new relics / collectibles or the same ones? And until next time, I'll catch you champs and champettes a little bit later with another upload. So like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So until then, peace out.